Welcome to Kyle App, presented by AgKnocks. My name is Tom Ag, and I'm joined by Cowdog Clay, Agjack, Billy, and special guest Jace Sternberger, also known as Aggie legend Jace Sternberger, first team tight end Jace Sternberger, that Jace Sternberger. And as always, we appreciate you for listening. Please be sure to follow at AgKnocks on X, Instagram, and TikTok for all of our daily content. And it's fucking Notre Dame hate week.
Get juiced up. It's Notre Dame week. It's our biggest game, obviously, this season. And it's a chance for us to prove ourselves. It's a chance for Marcel to establish himself in the Heisman race because he's not on any of the lists. I don't know if y'all have seen that. It's kind of ridiculous. He's flying under the.
Yeah, I'm glad this game is not week one. That's always a struggle. This is what it comes down to. This is if the next 3 months are super dope or super terrible. So we'll get into it. But Jace, I personally want to know from a player's perspective, what is it like not like the 2 weeks before, like the cupcake games before? What is the mentality going into those? Are you like, fuck, man, whatever, let's just get through Utah State? Are you locked in or you look ahead, especially when it's a cupcake like that?
I think it depends more so what type of player you are. You know, you got your guys who are about to go to the NFL and they're starting to understand the process of how what their routine needs to be, and you can't take any team lightly and what scouts coming to my practice this week, and they're worried about putting tape on. And so you got those guys. Then you got guys who are young, not understanding everything yet, trying to get a groove, and they're looking at Utah State and UTSA as games to, kind of get their stuff together and figure things out. And so as a player personally, I'm looking at it as you don't want to put any bad thing on tape, but also you don't want to be as an A&M former player, all I would be thinking about is Appalachian State and all the stuff you heard about that. So I would think A&M is the last team to take a less talented team lightly. So I know this isn't the question, but I was okay with our past 2 week performances, because there's a small cancer in your brain that's going around the whole time. It's you're trying to convince yourself that you're not overlooking this opponent. And everybody's worried about Notre Dame, but it's you got to be respectful to Utah State, and we got to focus on our details and this and that. But it's end of the day, it's we got to go play Marcus Freeman, get our lick back from last year, and beat their ass. But I think again, and then it falls back on your leadership, on how they're maintaining the locker room, what the team meeting's like, and I don't see A&M the type of team to look to not come ready to play with Coach Elko so far. So I like our.
I was going to ask you, I guess there's different coaching styles when it comes to cupcake games. I'm wondering, how is Jimbo as far as, did he prepare the same way for those games as other games, or was it very clear, hey, we know we're going to kick the shit out of this? Well, in his case, we didn't always, but we know we're going to try to kick the shit out of this team. Or is it you prepare for it just like any other opponent, or what's the deal with that?
Jimbo was as old school as you can get in the practice world, where we beat the shit out of each other. We practiced hard. I mean, it paid off. Like I said, I'm not complaining. It gave me the opportunity for the NFL. Every week was the same. The only different thing we did was, I remember, you guys can fact check me on when we played the Clemson game, how many years ago, because we played Northwestern State on a Thursday, I think, and then we followed up that next Saturday was College Game Day. We had an extra practice that Saturday, and I was kind of damn, I was really looking forward to this 3-day weekend, but that was only kind of out of the ordinary thing he ever did. But no, Sundays was flush. Mondays were full pads, getting after it. Tuesday we're getting after it, yeah. I don't know. It all blends together at this point, but yeah, we got after it with Jimbo.
Interesting. So, all right, cool. We added a new segment before we get into the Utah State game a little bit. New segment just to get it out of the way early in the podcast. Texas Hate Minute. Fuck Texas. We hate Texas. We always have something to talk shit about when it comes to them. They make it very easy. So, Texas Hate Minute. I'm going to start us off. Did you guys see that weird press conference where Sark was talking about Arch wincing and asked the guys in the media if we see pictures of them taking a shit or something like that?
Yeah, see their facial expressions peeing or something?
So was he saying that Arch shit himself during the game?
I think Sark needs to get checked out, bro. It sounds like he's got a UTI if he's making facial expressions when he takes a piss, dude. I mean, something across the board in that building. obviously is not right.
Yeah, my 10-second rant on the Texas hate is, what about Paul Feinbaum talking to it today? Is like, well, I think we all overreacted on Arch Manning, or we were all too high on him. No, you were. You called him damn near Jesus Christ. I know I can't cuss and say his name in a sentence, which I just did, so forgive me. But yeah, that's why I saw that today, and I'm like, no, you said that. You were the one who was praising him the #1 draft pick, like Mel Kiper and Shadur.
100% agree on that. I feel almost kind of bad for Arch in a way of like, there is no way in hell this kid is going to step in and hit those expectations that have been set. Like, that is all we've heard about since he got to college. There's no way he was going to hit that. And it's been like an exciting thing to know. There's no way he's going to hit it. Kick your feet back and relax and watch him and fall.
And it's going to help him try to reach those heights because as of this week, every SEC team that Texas plays this year is unranked.
Shocking. Everyone is stunned by that. Never seen that before. It's just hilarious that they managed to fuck OU at the same time. I think every one of their opponents throughout the rest of the season is already ranked. Crazy work. There's a reason
All
they
right, that
blow
was
up
Texas hate
conferences.
minute.
I'm for sure taking OU in a head-to-head right now if they had to play tomorrow.
Oh, you're
Dude,
just gonna
here's
kick
that guy.
Need that, bro. Need that.
All right, let's talk Aggie ball. Utah State 44-22. How do we feel about this game? I mean, we don't have to talk in depth about it, but it did look like we tried to run the ball a little bit more, maybe too much as far as Marcel left the game with the wrist injury on the design quarterback run. What'd you guys think?
I mean, we got to see a Marcel deep ball. KCC still looks like that dude. So does Craver. Nothing changed there, which is great. That's actually consistency at the wide receiver position. And I mean, yeah, from the running standpoint, it was nice to see those guys get more action than they did against UTSA. But again, it was Utah State.
Yeah, I got to take a page out of Cowdog's book here. They looked fine. I think that's all we can take away from these games here. Only other thing I'll say, cool series by Cassius Howell. Glad he stepped up to the plate. Yeah, Marcel, if Marcel can't survive like 6 runs against Utah State, he was never making an SEC schedule, so I don't mind running him there.
That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, Jace, you know that no matter who the opponent you're playing, you face a risk of injury when you're playing football, right? Like, just anything can happen. So, like, if the quarterback's running, like, explain to Billy why I feel like we shouldn't run Marcel in these games. I don't think it's worth it.
And then you just want to throw him out there against one of the best defenses. Or I'm not saying Notre Dame, but I'm saying, like, realistically, like, we're going to throw him out there against Notre Dame is definitely going to be motivated.
He's not going to forget how to run.
No, for sure. But you would rather take some hits against Utah State than getting your shit rocked against Notre Dame. And you're like, damn, I haven't been hit in 3 weeks because I've been chilling. I'm not saying you're wrong. I wasn't trying to be too sarcastic with my response. I'm a big believer in, like, dude, you can get hurt any day in practice. Like, when it's your time to when the football gods and your injuries come, like, they can come in at any time. Like, I mean, I think the dude for the Bears who just had that pick 6, like, he was balling, then, like, he had a pass deflection. He, like, got up and celebrated, and, like, his left knee went out on him, and I'm just like, you can be as protective as you want, but kind of like what my mom always says, the chances of you getting in a car wreck are more likely than whatever I was afraid of at the time. That stat always lives in my head.
If Aggies was a coach, he'd be banning any celebrations with your arms, legs. It's just firm handshakes, and even then, you could break your hand in a handshake or a hard high five. So, like,
I'd rather if I'm a coach, and especially the Caucasian players, we're all doing the first down. That's the only celebration I'm allowing on my team. That's the only one. Pull your shiesty down, wipe the nose.
Cowdog, how was the SMU game? Because you didn't watch this one.
No, I watched it. I watched more of the Utah State A&M game, but that was a tough loss for the. I mean, it was fine. Like, it was good. There's nothing really that bad to say about it. You know, the Cassius House stuff was sweet, but it wasn't like I never felt like it was in jeopardy or anything. You know, like, they kind of just controlled the whole game.
I felt like nobody confirmed. Did anyone confirm if the Cassius Howell thing had ever happened before? 3 straight plays with sacks?
I think they said one time before.
It was like in that Georgia Tech game where they won like 230-0.
I don't remember what game specifically. I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah, no idea. But also at the same time, like, we have random people defending the hype on the Cassius Howell 3 sacks in a row. People will be like, oh my God, against Utah State. And then some random person would respond to them and say, like, yeah, but everybody plays Utah State and it's never happened before. And it's like, dang.
True.
So
Crazy as
does
fuck.
that make
Saying
Cassius Howe
2015
real? Like, as the real deal? Is Cassius Howe the real deal now?
That was definitely impressive.
Yeah, that was cool.
I mean, we need to see consistency, obviously, but it was like a good sign because he had been pretty quiet up until that point, and then holy shit,
Hopefully he'll do it against Notre Dame.
need one against
Top
Notre Dame.
Good segue. All right, Notre Dame is 7-point favorites in South Bend. Huge game. Billy mentioned it earlier. It's going to determine the trajectory of our season. We're entering a gauntlet after the bye week. So it's like, are we going to enter the bye week, get a little healthy, get ready for this crazy SEC run that we're going to have? Or are we going to be like typical Aggies, lose this game, season's already over, and we're just like limping into SEC?
I mean, 7-point dogs is disrespectful in my opinion, especially after they lost to Miami week 1, which we don't even necessarily know if Miami's that great of a team. I think Carson Beck's gotten a lot better, but it's a disrespectful line to start out of the gates. I get it. It's at South Bend. Don't think that's that intimidating of an environment unless you're Indiana in the playoff, I guess, but haven't seen a ton out of the Notre Dame fans. I just think you're right. It's a big game, but we do not know if Notre Dame is good or not, I think is the main question. I think they're going to be good defensively, but is their offense? I mean, their offense was stank last year. We still fucking lost. Quarterback play maybe was at fault. Maybe that's a different game with Marcel, but I think it's all going to hinge on it. Can their offense actually play?
Theirs or
That's it. That's Notre Dame.
theirs
Okay.
or all right.
That's it.
Their
I'll
offense
talk to
or
y'all
our
boys next
offense?
week.
All right, Jace, what do you think? What do you think about Notre Dame? I mean, this is a
I'm about to talk about this later tonight too. So I think first off, Vegas is giving Notre Dame the Jesus Christ tax. That's on the price. I think realistically, this game should be like -3 just because it's in South Bend, and A&M, we technically haven't done anything yet either, like to prove ourselves. Like it's like, how good are they? They beat a UTSA team who's could be good down the road, but they also just lost to Texas State, and then we beat a Utah State. But like, I feel like we were kind of going through the motions. I'm still not sold on Notre Dame. The freshman quarterback, he has some grit. Like he played tough against Miami, but again, you don't know how good Miami is. The biggest thing for me, why I lean A&M, obviously because I went there, but secondly is because we're it's too early in the year to have a bye week. And I know I'm saying that knowing we have a bye week next week, but you played one game. You haven't had the chance to like really get in a rhythm. A&M, we've played 2 games now. Notre Dame, when you lose a game, immediately you're like, damn, I want to get back to work. Or even if you want to do another example, like if you get your ass beat in a fight, right? Like the next day at school, you're going to fight that kid again, or you're going to do something. Like the hostility, the testosterone, whatever you want to call it, is like you're ready to go today. Man, just hear me out. These Notre Dame kids lost their game. They're mad. They're ready to get revenge. They went back to school that next week. They're with their friends, their family. Oh, you'll be okay. You won't like you have it's a long season, blah, blah, blah. They had a whole week to sit and like, yeah, they're trying to get revenge and they're pissed, but like, are they as hungry as they were Saturday night or Sunday, whatever day they played, Monday night when they played against Miami? Like, is it that same energy? So like, I guess I'm saying that to negate the fact that I don't think it's going to be of like we just lost. Like we're going to come out piss hot and we're going to come out hitting. Like, I don't think that's the case at all. If we played them last week, yes. This week, no. I think Marcus Freeman's going to have a great game plan from Marcel Reed, but I think we ran the ball so much last week because we're trying to get shit cleaned up. Like we didn't show anything except that Mario and Casey are everything we thought and their true speed, and I think we open it up this week. Good or bad, who knows? We'll see. But I think Marcel's going to give us a better chance than my boy Connor did last year because it just wasn't healthy or whatever it may have been at the time. But 7 points is crazy because Mike Elko is going to be waving steak over our defense, and they're going to be coming and hungry and pause. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
No, I mean, I think
they will be playing very hard. They're going to be playing very hard, and
again,
they're gonna
I definitely like our
on the
chances.
field.
I like our chances.
I feel good about this one overall. It feels like it's just time for us to take that step, and like I'm tired of being like nervous about these games. Like, oh, I don't know what's gonna happen. It's a big game.
Sorry, I'm raising my hand. I don't want to cut you off. You just reminded me. Another thing that I'm realizing, I mean, it's not realizing. I've always thought this about college and quarterbacks, how important they are. End of the day, say what you want about Marcel. Marcel has played in SEC games on the road. He's played in the biggest environments. A&M is not worried about South Bend atmosphere. Like, no disrespect, but we'll manage. And at the end of the day, if you tell me I have a team with Marcel Reed leading me at quarterback, and I have a team with CJ, what's his last name?
Carr.
No idea.
He's a
Carr. CJ Carr. It's not even it's like we know who we're taking. So as long as we don't shoot ourselves in the foot and do some dumb shit, like I will be very surprised if A&M loses.
God, you got me.
I think the concern is like in the first 2 games, the defense flashed and it had stretches of being like fucking dominant and it looked great. And then it had stretches of what the fuck are you doing? Giving up 200 yards on the ground, looking like they can't tackle this and that. So it's like, which defense is going to show up today? Hopefully this is the real version of the team. They were trying stuff out, like kind of treating it like preseason leading up to this point. But we need the pass rush. We need to run stop, especially Jeremiah Love. I don't know why he wasn't getting carries against Miami. It seemed like
I'm not mad at it. I hope
Yeah.
it's the same way.
Oh yeah, but like, is he hurt? Do you guys know about that?
No, they're gonna feed him. I think they were maybe trying to keep him fresh or thought they could squeeze by.
It could be keeping it fresh, or you could be coaches getting in the way and outsmarting themselves, overthinking. Because I mean, what's every team looking at Notre Dame is probably saying what I just said. Like CJ Carr, we're gonna make like who are they throwing to? Like I get it, they're all D1 receivers. Like I'm not hating, but like bigger picture, they're gonna force feed Jeremiah Love. So let's take out the run. So they could have overthought it and like, oh, we're gonna try to out scheme and get cute and shit, but. I say the same thing with our defense. Like, I think, again, these are 18 and 19-year-old, 20-year-old kids. Like, they're not going to be as consistent as, like, I mean, even pros do some dumb shit in the games. Like, we all see that as we watch our teams lose on Sundays. Sorry, Cowboys.
Panthers. Don't forget that.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think this will be and again, if I don't see this, I'll be very disappointed. If this team isn't flying around sideline to sideline, like up in Notre Dame's face, even if we give up a big play, like cool, make them run it again, like make them snap it again. Like if we don't come out 100 miles an hour, and I'll be very disappointed.
I think that's the name of the game, though, Jace. From what I've seen in Elko defenses, it has survived the first half. If we can survive the first half and we're down, hopefully less than a touchdown, tied or
Terrible
a field goal
mentality.
down.
No, I'm with you. I know
bro.
what you're saying.
Elko's defenses are like significantly better in the second half. It's like unbelievable night and day adjustments. But the first half is terrible.
That's been my biggest preach on him is he's the best adjustment coach I've ever been around defensively. Like it's always going to stop. He's always going to make a fix. But to rebuttal that, that's why I think the biggest I never say his name right. Casey Concepcion.
Casey.
Him and Mario. I don't pronounce his last name, so I just say Mario.
They're both just him at that point, bro.
They're gonna make up for the defense surviving the first half and wait until our second half to come to life. Because I think like they have to keep being the guys that put us over the top. Like I don't know about y'all, but like I feel the type of way when I see a ball travel more than 30 yards in the air and we're catching it and like running with the ball. Like that is crazy to see at A&M.
I mean, think
I
about
haven't seen that in a while.
Last year, the offense was like an injured, like mentally frazzled Wegman with no weapons. And before Le'Veon Moss really fucking took over the backfield, and they just looked lost. And that was the first game, so we didn't really have any feel offensively. But now it's like, okay, we have maybe the most talented wide receiver room in like a decade in A&M, and we have Marcel, who's going to be dynamic and who's going to bring a completely different, I guess, game plan, and everything that you have to work on as a defense leading up to playing against Marcel is going to. It's a different game this year than last.
Still would say this game is won in the trenches. Like this game especially is won in the trenches. Even though we have the great wide receiver threats, everything like that, our offensive line needs to look like an offensive line of like 5 returning starters. And then we need to get push. If Notre Dame's O-line is able to get like 2 yards or a yard of push against our defensive line, that's going to be a long game.
All
I
right,
wish we
let's
had
go.
exposed our goal line plays against UTSA. Could have been pretty sick if we kept that one in the back pocket, but who knows? Maybe we'll impose our will on a way better defensive front.
Yeah, I bet we have plenty of stuff up our sleeves. Like we've had fucking 3 weeks to practice shit and get things ready. So I mean,
They've got to have something. Colin Klein.
If
you don't have something, bro, if you don't have something for 4th and 1 on the goal line, you're out.
So
I will put the for sale sign in his yard personally.
Yeah, but Daryl Dickey, though, you told him that you liked Colin Klein.
Dude, I wasn't going to tell Daryl Dickey I didn't like Colin Klein.
Daryl Dickey's the man.
He's cool. He's cool as hell.
He was very cool. So last thought before we get into call someone out. This game feels like it's a tipping point even for like Elko as the coach. It's like, all right, this is more your team. You have everything set up for you to go win a big game and like take the reins.
Relax. It's week 3, year 2, bro.
What do you mean?
I also want to add, we said earlier that it shapes the way our season's about to go. There's going to be, I don't want to get this clipped. I think there's going to be multiple 3-loss teams in the SEC this year.
Yeah,
and college football.
We may not survive that 5. We are definitely going to be one of them, I think. But there's that 5-game stretch we have. We'll look at the rest of the season, but
it's just so much. It's just so much. There's not just one team where you're like, oh, nobody's touching them this year. Like everybody can get beat. You have one, and these are college kids. Like you have one bad weekend, like you're getting beat.
No Alabama anymore.
I mean, that is
Alabama's not the same.
Playoff, though, that it's like it's not, your season is not literally over the second you lose one game, which is significantly better.
As long as it's not a bad loss, because then you're kind of like SMU, like, okay, yeah, like you're never going to the playoffs again.
Cowdog.
Yeah, Cowdog. Speak on Notre Dame since you're a shy guy, bro. I just want to give you a platform here.
No, shy guy being the dog and the cat that were arguing behind me, and I had to kind of break that up. No, it'll be fine. Like, I don't have much of I don't know really what to think about going into Notre Dame. I don't know what we're gonna even see. It'll be cool. I'm excited to watch. I don't have high hopes, but I don't know. Maybe it'll be fun. I'm trying not to buy in.
Why not?
Yeah,
why don't you? I want to buy in later. I mean,
you want to buy in later?
Yeah,
dude. Wait, no. Clay went to Catholic school. He's probably a Notre Dame fan too.
I'm frozen.
LSU, Notre Dame.
Fuck,
you got to pick between Catholic Jesus.
You just add school. No, I don't like Notre Dame. I am Catholic though, but there are more Catholics at A&M than Notre Dame by a numbers standpoint.
Let's get into call someone out. Who we calling out this week, boys?
A player?
Yeah.
You can call out anybody, and it can be like aggressively and mean, or it can be like to pump them up. It's how you say it.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not that old yet. Once I get a little older, removed from the team, I'll start coming at players. But I'm still gonna be the positive guy. I think my dog Theo is gonna have a big week this week. I feel like he's been getting better every year since he's been in College Station. He's starting, like I said, I don't think he ever played football before, just from his background. And I think that he's going to keep getting better. And yeah, so that's my call out, is my boy Theo. And there's no way I'm pronouncing his last name.
He kind of looks like some dude that played at A&M a couple years ago, you know?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Like the same skin
color. I feel like I saw him on
same
the
skin colors, ears,
That's
eyes.
it, bro. That's it. Okay, we got it. All right, I'll go next. I'm going to do it. I think it's my 3rd week in a row. I'm going to call out the duo, ABR Bussy. Still, in my opinion, I'm calling him out again, bro. I need to see Bussy. Bussy is in slightly the lead here, but I need to see one of them establish themselves as wide receiver 3. We got to have a wide receiver 3 that's consistent. I think Bussy is in a better spot for it. I didn't love what I saw from ABR last week. Not to say he can't have a bounce back week, but I just think one of them, they need to establish themselves, putting it back out there.
I feel like Bussy established himself against Utah State.
I mean, 1 touchdown against a cupcake. I'm not moved, bro. I think it was 1 catch.
Yeah.
No, he had 4 catches.
Yeah, he had a couple.
He had 4 catches. That's not me. Still.
So you're gonna go with last week's pick. I'm also gonna go with last week's pick. I'm gonna call Bryce Anderson out again, mostly just because, like, without that position going into Notre Dame, we're gonna get killed. You need that safety that's gonna come down and fill the fucking gap. And Bryce Anderson just hasn't been doing it this year. So I hope he steps it up.
All right, this might be very basic, but I'm calling out Marcel Reed. This is probably the biggest game of Marcel Reed's career. There's been a couple other big SEC games.
What?
But
wait,
what are you talking about,
what
bro?
the fuck?
Ain't no way.
Texas had to be his biggest game of his
championship
career.
game on the line.
That was to go to the SEC championship and playoffs.
That's behind us, though. I'm looking forward. This is the game where Marcel can get his foot in the door for Heisman
biggest game of the season, perhaps. As of
Easily
right
the
now.
biggest game of the week, for sure.
I'm speaking.
Okay.
Now, this season, it's the biggest game of the season for Marcel Reed. Anyways, so I mean, look, he's going to drive us. Like if we win heroically, it's going to be because of him. We're not going to be riding the backs of the defense and clawing it out. Like, he's got to make plays. He's got to make throws. He's got on 3rd and 8, if he has to scramble out and make a fucking play or chuck one downfield to KCC, like, he's going to be the guy making legendary plays in this game. And if we win it, and if we look back on this game and have a magical season, we're going to be like, damn, Marcel, that was where it all started. Notre Dame. So that's why I'm calling out Marcel.
Biggest game
You're
of the
going full
season is
circle.
against 0-1 Notre Dame. I don't know.
I don't know why this is like
We're 3 games in. Come on.
it's a top 10 game on the road.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, is like we could lose this game and still get in.
You called out Bussy.
I did not call out Bussy, bro. What? That was Billy.
Cowdog, call somebody out.
I'll call out Colin Klein again, man. See something good.
Hell yeah.
You know, see something good. See what he's got. If he's got anything good at all. Maybe he'll roll Marcel out. Maybe we'll all be disappointed. Who knows?
Also, though, I do want to add to the Colin Klein shout out or call out is look what's happened since he's left K-State. Dog shit program. I say that as a former Jayhawk. Dog shit program.
It's
What-
true. Kansas time
Was it
bomb
ever
this year.
good? Was it ever that good?
Well,
Is Bill Snyder an actual legend?
hey, Adrian Martinez before he got hurt, and then Will Howard. That was a fun K-State team. Like regardless what you want to say, that was a fun team to watch. When they beat TCU in the Big 12 championship, they were good that year for sure.
I don't disagree with
I
you,
mean,
but like,
Yeah,
The
they've had-
Colin,
would be like
Colin
they are
Klein
maybe-
almost won a Heisman, not being able to pass.
yeah, when Colin Klein was a good player for sure. But we're talking about a coach, bro.
But Kansas State was good. Like, didn't they win something when he was there? I thought.
No.
All right. So Jace has to get on another podcast. Let's quickly get to scoring predictions and bold predictions. Last week, honestly, Cowdog was pretty close. 41-17. Nobody got close on the bold predictions, though. All right, Billy, what you got?
I'm gonna go A&M.
That's what I was gonna say.
Oh, you know ball, Chase. I'm glad I just needed that validation. My bold prediction, just because I've been seeing a little bit too much of it. I'm gonna say, well, this is probably not in a winning effort, but whatever. I'm gonna say 3 unsportsmanlike penalties on A&M. I get the boys are fired up on defense. We cannot make a play without just absolutely getting as close as we can to an unsportsmanlike every single time. I don't know what's happening.
Dude, that's what it's like to play with criminal intent. That's a good thing.
It's
Bro, but
that's the rules.
Like, I get it. Don't get me wrong. I'm doing the same thing, like in my living room, yes, but like I'm not gonna get a flag in the living room.
Yeah.
So
No, for sure.
a sack would be sick, but if it's a sack for a first down, it's actually not that cool. So that's my thought.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I think it's gonna be like 14-13 going into the 4th, and then we'll score a touchdown. So and then we'll hold them, or they might get a field goal. So yeah, I'm gonna go 21-13.
I like that.
Yeah, because they'll have field goal, touchdown, field goal. Yeah, they're
Jace, I don't know if you participated in bold predictions before, but bold prediction is like something insanely specific that might happen. That if you got it right, we'd be like, oh my God, how the fuck did he know that?
okay for sure. Because he probably feels who are starting corners besides the blanket. No,
That's right.
F it. I'm going. One of our 3 touchdowns is gonna be a pick 6 from Will Lee Blanket,
Let's
whatever
go.
whatever his name is.
Okay,
in
so for
front of all
bold
the Twitter.
predictions, you're going to have to say what yard line he catches it at.
Jesus, you want my
It's
social?
just a-
Okay, they're on like the 42-yard line, on A&M's 42-yard line, and he throws an outside ball to the whatever side Will's on, and we catch it at like the 20, and it's like a 78-yard return for a touchdown.
Love
Oh,
that.
wow. So you're going like multiple moves, maybe reverse field. Like,
No, it's gonna be such a shit throw that it's like the Chicago Bears pick 6. Like he just catches it full speed, and then the linemen are gonna get sniped running, and then like CJ Carr is not. Yeah, he's gonna dive and miss, and then Will's gonna do whatever he does for celebration.
Touchdown, Jesus in the end zone,
That'd
and
be
then
sick.
3 unsportsmanlike penalties at the same time. All right,
That's what I'm saying. You gotta pull the shiesty down, wipe the nose.
that was a bold. That's as specific as I think we've ever gotten. But we have everything written down so we could track it. I'm gonna go a little different here. I'm gonna go 38-33 A&M. I think we're gonna start slow. As is tradition at this point with A&M. We're gonna start a little slow. We're gonna get behind, and then we're gonna see an Auburn style game where it's a shootout towards the end of who's gonna score at the last second. And we end up doing it, and we end up winning.
5
I like it.
touchdown. We're starting slow. All right.
And in terms of my bold prediction, I'm going to go Marcel Reed has 5 touchdown passes in the second half.
That would be the definition of starting slow if we bounce back with 38 points. I like it.
We're saying we're down like what, 28-3 in the first half with that? Okay.
Or like 17 or like 17-3, maybe like a weird 16 in there, 3, something like that first half.
I'd be ready to hang myself if we're down 16-3.
We're used to that. All right, Cow Dog.
I'll be the one hater pick since we're all pumping sunshine. I'm going to say 24-20. Notre Dame beats us.
Fucking
Unfortunately.
It's a good loss. No, it's a good loss there. That's a close game.
We can't all be across the board be on A&M, so that's good.
It's a cover. We cover in that scenario
That's
too.
a statement loss, Cow Dog. Thank you.
You got to have
our
one.
Pick.
Wax.
Cow Dog is the DEI hire, bro. That's crazy.
Bold prediction, Cow Dog.
What's going to cost us this game? We're going to shoot ourselves in the foot. We're going to try reverse. Le'Veon Moss is going to fumble the handoff to the receiver, and Notre Dame's going to score. It's going to make it 24-20, and we're going to take the L.
We're trying a reverse in a late game scenario. I like that.
That sounds like us going side to side. It's going to be 3rd and 1. We're going to run a reverse for 15 yards in the backfield.
That sounds like Klein for sure.
Perfect.
It's Klein moment.
We're going to outsmart it, but they're going to blow it up.
Miles O'Neal is going to be in too.
All right, fuck it. I'm going 42-17 A&M.
Jeez. If we score more than 30, if we score more than 30 points, next round is on me. I promise. I will be that happy.
Let's go.
So the way I let me speak. The way I see it going, okay, I think we just come out hot and like score on our first 3 drives, and it's like 21-0 quick. And the Notre Dame fans are like, "Oh my god, what just happened?" And the vibes in the stadium are just shot, and everyone's like, "Oh shit, look at A&M." And then they make a little push. They come back. Maybe it's like a 21-10 situation, and we're like, "Ah shit, here we go, A&M." But then A&M in the fourth quarter goes on a crazy run. Marcel looks like an absolute monster all game long. The defense balls out. We have insane confidence going into the bye week. Let's see. Bold prediction. I'm going to say that EJ Smith. Damn it. Okay, hold on.
No, you go through with it. You got to say it. Go through with it.
EJ Smith, 75 yards, 2 touchdowns in this game.
Okay.
Dude, if EJ Smith has 2 touchdowns, we will be winning 40.
On 4 carries.
Yeah.
It's on 4 carries.
What's your yards prediction? I'll allow a range of 20 yards.
That's a 74-yard touchdown, a 1-yard touchdown, and a couple yard losses. I like that.
Yeah. It's just like one big play, and then like he gets in later.
He
and,
has
like,
he's hitting a home run.
75-yard touchdown, but he has at the end of the game, it's like 68 total yards.
Yeah.
With 2 touchdowns.
To like put the game away, it's like they're handing it off to EJ Smith. He just breaks one. It's like, oh fuck, EJ Smith, the son of Emmett. Look at him go. And who's calling this game? NBC? It's Mike Tirico.
Yeah, it's NBC.
Just imagine it, Mike Tirico.
Dude, ESPN would have a field day with Emmett's son.
Oh, yeah.
All right, awesome. Jace, I know you got to go, but thanks for coming on. We'd love to have you back. We're gonna hopefully get some streaming stuff going with you here soon.
I'm waiting, man. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Like I said, don't let me get this webcam and microphone figured out. Everybody's in trouble.
Yeah, we're gonna have to send a tech guy to your house to get that shit set up. It sounds
Yeah, I'm just looking at it in the face like, what a joke. 29 years old, can't get this figured out. But y'all have a good one. Appreciate you having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Yes, sir. Peace.